again, roughly going just above the middle.
So what date is it? Is it 3rd?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have the origin to start with, then we'll draw in our y-axis. Again, labeling it as y, 30 degrees to one side will be our z-axis and 30 degrees to the other will be the x. For me, this is the z-axis and this is the x-axis. I'll draw a horizontal line to get a measurement. And I'll step out by 50 millimeters, just because other people have mentioned that. And then I'll bring that line across, giving me AB. And I'll go 60 degrees from that, giving me C. And 60 degrees from A should land you on C as well. So I have my axi completed and my axonometric plane. Now I'm going to set up my plan view. So I'm going to take A and bring it down vertically. B, bring it down vertically. This object is 70 millimeters in width, so I'm going to try and draw this. Here, this is A and this is B. I will then bisect that angle. And again, just remember, this doesn't have to be done, but this is a technique that we use at leaving cert level, and so therefore it's good practice to employ it. Okay, so we're going to bisect the line AB with our compass. This orange line then becomes the bisector, which is the middle of our line AB. I can then take my compass, set it up to the distance, and create our axonometric plane. Now I'm going to just lower that down a little bit more, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to put it down here. And then I'm going to extend the y-axis on to hit the semicircle. Wherever it hits the semicircle, that is now our origin, O. At 45 degrees, going from O through B. So this is our A and B points. 45 degrees should join O through B. That's our x-axis. O through A is our z-axis, labelled both. Setup of the plan has been done. Now I'm setting up the front or the end view or the end elevation up here. So I will set up my set squares at 30 degrees. From C, we'll draw a 30 degree line. From A, we'll draw a 30 degree line. We'll then draw our 60 degree line, creating the line CA. Again, doing the bisection of the line, so I'll set my compass to over halfway. Scribe an arc both sides. Giving me the center point, I'll create my semicircle then for AC. I'll extend the x-axis on until it hits the semicircle, finding us O. Okay, and then I'll join O through C to create the y-axis. I'll join O through A to create the z-axis. and then my setup is complete. So now that's stage 1 complete. Stage 2 is going to be either completing the end view or the plan first, and then the third step is doing the opposite one. So for me, I'm going to do the end view. So the depth of the object, or all the depths involved, there's an 8mm depth used. So I might just use that as my measurement there. There's 8mm is used. There is 15 plus 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, no. 5, 15, 25, 35. Plus another 25 brings us to there. And another 10mm brings us to there. There's my widths that are involved. I have a radius 40 from here as well. So they're all my widths. So what I'll do then is I will take my 2 set squares with my t-square, and I can use them in combination. So you'll notice I'm using all 3 together here to get my y-axis. So any heights are involved here. I might just draw these in green. Stop. Or every single one of these can be doing extra work tonight. So there's all my heights marked in, or sorry, my widths marked in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark in my heights. So I'll just measure all the heights that are involved. I'll mark them over here. So there's a height of 22 involved. 22 plus 53, which is 75. And plus 10. So again, for those heights, I'm going to use sliding set squares this time. I'll set one set square up to the z-axis, set up my other set square to the side, and I'm simply just drawing a grid here. The idea of the grid is to help me then construct all the rest.
So can I close the blinds to see the work?
You can, of course. Now, for this 30-degree angle, so I have my grid kind of set up with my green lines, my light pencil lines, and then from this point here I'm going to draw a 30-degree angle. So my set square is set up as the t-square for the z-axis, then my 30 degrees is used, and then that's how I find the height of the base, the overall height of the base. And again, sliding set squares then to create my parallel to my z-axis, like so, comes across like that. So if I wanted to fill this in then in heavy detail to make it stand out with all my appropriate lines, I also then need to join this up. So the purple lines here are to find the middle of this height, which are indicated in the drawing to be able to find you the depth of the base. So once you have that, you then know the depth of the base. So again, that gives me a line to use.
So, aren't you go outside the triangle?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Go outside it, yeah. So remember, the triangle is only there, the triangle and the semicircle are only there to find you your y-axis and your z-axis. Once you have them found, the rest of it then you don't need. Okay. So I'm just going over the lines now in heavy detail, making them stand out. And from here, the handle, this is the very middle of the handle out here, okay, which is 10 by 10. So I'm going to step up by 5, and step down by 5, and that'll give me the thickness of my handle or tray. I'm not sure what component it is in relation to the till, the cash register, but it is just sticking out at the front. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I need the center point of my this goes from there to there, from the 8 to the 15, so that goes at that angle there, like that, and joins across like this. And then joins across like that. So from this top point here, for the center point of the arc, I need to measure down from that point down the way. Alright, so therefore I'll measure from there down 10, 20, 30, 40. Mark that as the center of my curvature. Take my compass and set my compass up to 40 millimeters in radius. Swing the arc, and that's the middle section then completed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour these 3 different sections in 3 different colours in order to identify then our different objects. So this middle component will go red for me. Again, for the sake of a couple of seconds in understanding the question, you don't have to do these colours, but if it makes life easier for you, by all means please do. So this middle section is, for me, is going to be red. Top section is going to be blue. And then the bottom section will be orange. Okay. And then the little handle here at the front we can do in yellow. So by 3, 4 different surfaces or objects are all coloured, I'm going to then transfer those colours, and you could do that if you wanted on the 3D as well. It's absolutely no harm to give that a wee colour, okay, or if you had a 3D sketch, just to make it stand out that little bit, that this is my red surface here. My blue surface is on the top. Orange surface on the bottom. I'm just going to help you identify the different surfaces, the different three-dimensional objects when you're doing this in the middle here. So, ideally you want to colour that first and then transfer them to your 2Ds. It doesn't really matter, but it's just a good tip to go with, okay? So now I'm going to complete the plan view down here. I'm going to follow the measurements that's given in the drawing. So the overall width of the x-axis is 70 millimeters. That's the longest measurement of it. I'll measure everything inside that then. So there's a 50 millimeter as well, but we need a halfway line, so half of 70 is 35. I'll use my 45-degree set square for everything in this drawing. And so that will come along this way. The overall depth of the object then is 75 plus, 12. This is sticking out 12. I have that one done wrong. And just remember, guys, some of the information is going to be missing here that you'll find down here, or some of the information is going to be missing here that you'll find from up there, okay? So you have to be able to operate both views in order to find the information. So 75 millimeters here for the main object. It impedes my, I'm impeding my border a little bit, but I should be able to match. This projects out by 12. And then the widths are as follows. So that's 50. So that means I'll be going at 25 either side. 25 to the left, 25 to the right. Remember, everything in light pencil to start with, and then you can fill them all in later. So the width of this overall, this point here, okay, if I want to get the overall width of that, I can take that point down there like so, and then transfer that width. Transfer with my compass. Down to my plan view. And this little purple mark here is the same as that measurement there.
Sir,
Yep.
that block that comes out on the very left.
Yep.
How do I know how far it goes out?
If you look at the plan view, it tells you it comes out by 12.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't forget that these dashed lines are the underneath of this here. So that is a surface that still exists, and when you look down on top of it, you just can't see it. So therefore we have dashed lines to indicate that measurement. So if I want to then just figure out what all my surfaces are and where everything is, I more or less have my plan view completed. Just need to finish this bit off here. So you'll notice I'm going into my border and going extending on a little bit further than what I wanted, but I'm not going to let it impede or inhibit me getting the solution that I want. So the yellow surface for me is the handle at the front. Okay, so this yellow object then I'll have my red object. Video of this, guys, will be up on Teams, okay, or up on YouTube. So. So once I have the colours in that, I can then also just label this. 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be at the back. Up here, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll start with that. This will be 1 and 2. This point over here is 3 and 4. This point is 5 and 7. This point is 8 and 6. And maybe this point here. See you later. Don't forget to finish that question off, guys. See you later. If I want to find point 1, where does 1 cross 1? I'll bring 1 down here in green. Whereas 1 is here, where does 1 meet 1? Bring it up and mark it in a heavy pen. 1 comes up to meet 1 there. Whereas 2 meets 2 here. 3 meets 3 here. And that means that 4 is there. So I have the base or the ground points found. Okay, and then we have our intersection point here, the gap at the bottom for the legs. That comes across all the way across here like this. Bring this side up here. Bring this side up. So that's where our legs are going. The height of those legs or gaps, again in green. Going down this way. Going down this way, giving us here and here. Should be at a 30-degree angle from each other. Green. 0.9 comes up to here. So 1 goes to 9 is there. 2 goes up to 10, which is there. And that slopes up to 5 and 7. So we'll bring up 5 here from this point. It's really important that your labels from plan view match the elevation view. And then we'll bring 5 and 7 down at the 30-degree angle. So 5 comes up here, that's where that meets. 7 comes up here, that's where that meets. So 4 is going to be joined to 7. Or sorry, this is point 10. And this is point 9. So draw that in with heavy pen, making it stand out. 7 across the 8 is going to be a 30-degree line like so. Just to reference it, make sure we have it right, we'll bring 8 down this way. Should land on the same point. My 9s are slightly off. There's 7. So the fat line of my pencil is making a bit of a difference, but on my pen. Now we'll do the yellow surface here at the front as well, so that will go across there. The yellow surface then will be coming this way, this way, this way, and that will go up, up. Top and bottom is there and there. Back is there. Back is there. Let's bring that bottom bit down. So. Now, that's that bit done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just get the top of this red surface here, okay, just to get a flat or a cuboid shape to it. So bring that again in green, 30-degree angle, the back bit at a 30-degree angle. Bring up our red section here, like so, like so, like so, and like so. And so this point, where does it meet? This point up here, track and trace, that line down, where do the two of them meet? They meet there. Where is this line? Meet the back line, it meets here. That way, that will come down to there. That comes across that way. Find this bit here, so again, using our green. Bring this bit up, this bit up. And so we'll mark that point in as well, so get the front surface of this. Here. And here. Bottom surface of the curve here. And now for the curve, what we're going to do is we're going to split it up into 60-30. So I'll take a set square, put it as my Z axis. To act as a T square. And take my 60-degree line, going from the center of the curvature at 60 degrees. Going from the center of the curvature of 30 degrees. This will be point 12, or we'll call that actually point O, T, S, and W. So W has been found, 2 points for W. Then we're going to find S. So in order to find S, what we need to do is we need to get widths. So I'm going to set this up to my Z axis. I'm going to bring that across. Actually, we'll bring it down just so we can measure from the baseline, from the ground. So O is there already. T is going to come down to here. That'll be the measurement for T. That'll be the measurement for S. So those measurements can be transferred using my compass from the back of the object to S. Can be used and transferred here. Back the object to T, transfer it to here. So those lines, that point there, S and T. So if we highlight this, this is WW. There's W, there's W. There's SS. And there is TT. And this is OR and OR, which we've already found. Okay, so T and T is going to come up vertically using the purple line as a reference. T line is going to come down. So where do the two purple lines meet? First part of T. This is OR here. Then we have T. We'll do the exact same thing for S. Bring S up vertically. S down at 30 degrees. Where S meets S gives us S. We have W. We need to do it on the other side. So we already have W. We've got S again. So S comes up to meet S. S meets S here. Same thing for T. Where does T meet T? T meets T here. And where does OR meet OR? OR comes from here up. There. That gives us OR. Oops. Yeah, that's right. And then we'll join them up. Freehand sketch. That is then connected. Triangle line like so. This is OR here. OR goes to T, goes to S, goes to W. That can then be colored in as that is the red object. And we're going to do the blue object now. So again, find the same points. We're going to bring them up. Bring them down.